You guys seem to enjoy my last conversion video, so let's please that all-powerful YouTube algorithm and do this again. This time around, I'm showing you 5 ways to convert your Space Marines into everyone's favourite vitamin D deprived chapter, the Raven Guard. But first, a message from our sponsors, $Squareable Plus. They're a great group who combine all your favourite sponsors into one easily manageable monthly subscription. Use the code I'm probably going to get demonetized because my channel name has war in it to get a free 30-day trial. Number 1. Tactical. Raven Guards swear their armour is black for stealth reasons and not just because it reflects their inner darkness. Even so, we can make their weapons bristle with helpful, stealthful attachments. The first of these is a ubiquitous silencer, and you can create these in a number of ways. The cheapest involves grabbing some plastic rod of around 3mm thickness and cutting a few millimeters off the end. You can then drill a hole into the rod going across its diameter. Then simply glue the silencer in place. Alternatively, if you don't want to create your own and instead want to cannibalize other components and create an altogether more stylish silencer, the Sicarian Infiltrator pistols make a good source of ready-made silencers. Simply trim off the end and glue them to your bolt gun. If you're building Primaris Intercessors, then you should have no problem getting access to scopes for your bolt weapons, as both the bolt rifle and its Stalker variants come with these as standards, but you can also trim these off from their magazines and attach them to any other bolt weaponry too. Number 2. Animal motifs. If you want your Space Marine to represent a chapter that has an animal in its name, then simply slap on dead bits of said animal, and hey presto, you're done. Raven Guard are no exception here, so grab yourself some feathers and bird skulls. A good source of feathers are Lizardmen kits, particularly Saurus Knights and Pterodon Riders, but you can also repurpose pretty much any model from Warcry's Corvus Cabal set for bird skulls and feathers. Alternatively, you will find 7 bird skulls in the Converter's Dream Kit, also known as the Citadel Skull set, which is what I'm using here. You can then fix these decorations to your miniature in any way you see fit. Number 3. Headgear. In its most basic form, a Raven Guard head swap is simply switching your regular helmeted head for a Mark 6 Corvus helmet, more commonly known as a beaky helmet. Beakies were a staple in many older Space Marine kits and so can easily be found left over in your bits box after you refuse to actually use them on any of your miniatures. I mean, why would you choose to have a foot-long cone coming out your face when you can have an angry-looking grill instead? But when a helmet is named after your chapter's symbol, you kinda need to wear them, so grab a bunch of these and add them to your Marines for some Insta Raven Guard. Alternatively, if you really want to black parade your Marines up, you can add some sultry looking hairstyles to your helmetless heads instead. Grab yourself some putty, I'm using Procreate here, but green stuff works well too, and mix it together before leaving it to one side for about 15 minutes. Then create some thin strands around 0.5mm in thickness by rolling them out. Just make sure you use plenty of water or Vaseline here on your fingers and tools to stop it from sticking. Cut the strands to about 3 or 4mm in length and lay them on top of your helmetless head. Ensure that one end sits to just one side of the center point of the head and the rest of the hair flows down one side of the face. Then grab a sharp knife and press down along that center point of the hair to create a straight parting. This should also press the stands down a little too, so that they look like they're emanating from the head. Leave it secure for another 15 minutes or so before getting a small pair of nail scissors to trim the hair to the desired length. Leave it secure fully overnight and your Raven Guard will soon be ready to insist that it's not just a phase. Number 4. Birds. Bird-themed icons and a crest feature heavily on Raven Guard miniatures. Luckily for us, they're highly unoriginal, and these winged helmets, shoulder pads and weapons are used across all of the fancier looking Space Marine kits. Vanguard and Stern Guard veteran kits are good sources for these, as they both feature heavy Aquila iconography on their shoulder pads and weapons. However, these aren't quite Ravens yet, so using a sharp knife, cut off the 2 beaks to create an upward facing beak that better represents the chapter's Raven. Now these particular kits are quite ostentatious and would probably be better limited to unit leaders or characters rather than your run-of-the-mill infantry. Number 5. Talons. Finally, we have a slightly different weapon option that you can equip some of your Raven Guard with. These are themed around the lead singer of My Chemical Corvax himself, which is of course Kavan Strike's Raven Talons. A good source for hooked blades can be found in the same Reavers kit that I'm building this particular Raven Guard member from. Grab the component that makes up the prongs of the grappling hook and cut away 2 of them. Then you can grab one of the knife wielding hands and remove the knife with a couple of cuts just above and below the hand. You can also drill out the handle here if you wish to make the grip a little more realistic. With the hand prepped, grab one of the grav chute fins, using a Reaver kit again, and make a cut just where the hinge joins the panel. Then glue the hinge section to the top left wrist or to create an anchor point for your blades. You may need to trim or file your prongs down to get them to fit flush against the wrist mount, but keep on making small alterations and checking the fit until you're happy and can bring in the glue. And there we have it, 5 ways you can convert your Space Marines collection into the most misunderstood chapter of them all. If something about this video spoke to your soul and related to you on an emotional level, then do let me know in the comments below, along with suggestions for other 5 ways to videos you'd like to see me take on in the future. But before I go, let's give a genuine shout out to my real sponsors, the guys who support me on Patreon. You guys continue to help me out with the cost of producing these videos, and I continue to be eternally grateful. If you'd like to get in on all this love, I've included my Patreon page in the description below, where you can donate to me from as little as $1 a month. And for anyone looking to chat about all things wargaming with others who enjoy my channel, I've set up a Discord server which you can find a link to in the description below. So the only thing left to say is, thanks for watching, and goodbye.